women. And so I'm going to focus up in the energy plan on the CleanTech area. And last week, Tom Friedman, in his article, in his column, said ET, energy technology, is the next great global industry. He predicts that it will surpass IT, information technology. And he says that the country that spawns the most ET, energy technology companies, will enjoy the most economic power, the strategic advantage, and a higher standard of living. So we need to make that happen here in the United States. But there are interests who want to get in our way. The oil interests and OPEC would like to defeat Barack Obama. And they want Americans to cling to old, tired, legacy technology. So that's why I'm here, to get you excited and to get you conversant in Obama's energy plan, so that you can go out and talk to friends and neighbors about what is this winning strategy for America, why this is the business strategy for our country. It's not only going to fuel our economic recovery, enhance our national security, but finally enable us to provide leadership around climate change. So those who organized this event know that Obama will use his power, the power of the presidency, to make the United States a global leader in clean energy and clean tech. And the direct result of that, which I think Chris is going to focus on, is new green jobs. Jobs for the U.S. and for North Carolina. There are 8 weeks left until November 4th, 5.5 weeks until early voting begins. So we have to raise the money, get out the vote, and in North Carolina we have to pay attention. Because even though 80% of Americans think that this country is on the wrong track, it's not a slam dunk. People are more loyal to their party and their ideology than they are to their marriage or faith. We have not elected a Republican, we have elected a Republican president in North Carolina every year except for one since 1968. I assume that was because it was our neighbor, Jimmy Carter. In 2004, George Bush defeated John Kerry by 56 to 44.
According to who?
So we have work to do to deliver North Carolina. It's going to take money, time, and strategy. But the Obama energy plan, the CleanTech story, and the opportunities that it creates is part of delivering North Carolina. So let's look at the plan. The Obama energy plan is about minimizing demand for outdated technology that is holding America back. It is about maximizing supply of new clean energy. It is about diversifying our sources. It's about new green jobs. And it's about aggressively and proudly participating in solutions to climate change. It is comprehensive and it is smart. It is the antithesis of McCain's philosophy, which continues the Bush policies of maximizing demand for oil and carbon-based fuels, minimizing supply of alternatives, and funding nations that we'd really prefer not to enrich. So how specifically do we minimize demand for that legacy and those old technologies that are holding us back? This is a laundry list a bit, but it all adds up to clean tech. First, Washington leads by example. By cutting federal energy consumption, we flip the incentives to the energy utilities. It enables them to make a profit by encouraging efficiency. We make everything on the road and air more efficient, and we mandate flex fuel cars. We establish a low carbon fuel standard, not only an efficiency fuel standard, but a low carbon fuel standard. And think about the new jobs that will be created when we weatherize 1 million homes annually. When we establish new cost-effective standards for buildings and appliances, everything that plugs in. When we put 1 million plug-in cars on the road by 2015. These are just a few of the tactics that will minimize demand for carbon-based fuels. How do we maximize supply of clean tech? Well, Obama's voting record and his plan recognizes that America is not going to drill and it's not going to burn its way out of this mess that we're in. It does know that we can invent our way out of this mess. His focus on investment will be basic research, demonstration technology, and aggressive commercial deployment that will create vibrant markets for clean technology. Obama's plan strategically invests $150 billion over 10 years and creates 5 million new green jobs. And these jobs will naturally flow to places that have been, to jobs that have been outsourced during the Bush administration, jobs that have been lost. They'll include high-skilled manufacturing jobs and build a wave of green technology that does battle with the wave of money that has created such an uneven playing field. So maximizing supply means we build a smarter grid, which is essential to decentralizing and moving energy efficiently. Maximizing supply asks that we convert our manufacturing centers into clean tech centers. We know that there's been lots of money in the venture capital world going into clean tech, $2.6 billion in 2007. But it's not at scale. We need policies in Washington that bring this to scale. It's all about accelerating technology, boosting efficiency, transitioning the grid, and converting our workforce to centers of clean tech leaders. Just a quick example, wind energy, to build a 30 wind towers, you use over 8,000 parts. So think of the supply chain to produce these parts, to weld them together, to deliver them to the site, to construct the facility, and not to mention the raw materials. So it's important that we all here start talking about, and if you all have examples of the kind of change that needs to happen, that is starting to happen, but that needs Obama's policies to move it forward in the next decade, we need to start talking about that happening here in North Carolina. Because it's one thing it's a little esoteric to talk about venture capital in Silicon Valley or wind energy in Iowa. We need examples here in North Carolina. We need to tell North Carolina stories. We need to start getting them in the newspapers, and we need people in all over mountains, ocean, and the Piedmont. Because people need to understand the potential for North Carolinians and know that it's not just aspirational, it's not pie in the sky. But it is happening, and it can happen to the scale we need. They need to know that clean technology will flourish and will explode under Barack Obama, but it will continue to languish and really fight for breathing room under John McCain. So in conclusion, it's not an exaggeration, based on both science and politics, to say that the next president and the next Congress will hold the last and best opportunity to reclaim American economic leadership and put us on a path to energy security and a safe climate. Limited vision and a timid policy is not going to get us there. Leadership and commitment can.